Hello YouTube, my name is Lauren and welcome back to Lauren Loves Literature. So I have been struggling with my depression these past few weeks and my coping mechanism is buying books. So I have accumulated a stack of books over here that I'm going to be sharing with you guys that I have hauled. I have read one of them, but otherwise I have not read them and I'm super excited to dive into them. If you have read any of these books, please leave me a comment below telling me how you felt about them. I would love to hear. And make sure to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up because I'm almost to 200 subscribers and that is so freaking exciting to me. So we're just gonna get straight into the haul. First up, I have Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is in the Folk of the Air trilogy. The first book is The Cruel Prince, which you may know a little bit better. I'm obviously not going to tell you what this book is about because it would ruin the other two, but The Cruel Prince follows our main character Jude as she is a human raised in the fairy realms because her father that kind of like adopted her, I guess, is part fairy or fairy. And Jude has been made fun of her whole life and tormented by the Fae because she is human, and so she has a thirst for power and wants to basically steal the throne from the Fae and become their ruler. Of course, have enemies to lovers in this series if you know anything about it, following our other main character Cardin as he is the crown prince for the throne, and it is just a lot of politics, which normally I don't like in fantasy, but it actually works pretty well and I'm super excited to continue with this series. Next, I have An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. This follows our main character Leia as she is living under the Empire's rule and her brother is arrested for treason, and in order to go save her brother, she agrees to become a spy for the rebels. And I guess that's where our story starts. So I'm super excited. This is a signed copy, which I thought was really cool. I freaking adore this cover. I've heard nothing but good things about this series, so I am super excited to jump into it. Next, I have Ray Bear by Jordan Ifueko. This follows our main character, Karasai, as she is raised in isolation by a mysterious, often absent mother known as the Lady. When she comes of age, the Lady sends her to the capital of the global empire, to Ardazer. When Terasai comes of age, the Lady sends her to the capital of the global empire of Ardazer to compete with other children to be chosen as one of the Crown Prince's Council of 11. But her mother, the Lady, has other ideas, including a magical wish that Terasai is compelled to obey: kill the Crown Prince once she gains his trust. Can we talk about how this is like literally the best cover of any book ever? Like, it is actually stunning. I'm so excited to read this book. This cover is everything, but also the story sounds really compelling and interesting. So I'm very excited to pick it up. And again, one of these books that I've heard such great things about. Next, I have The Poppy War by R.F. Huang. This book follows our main character Rin as she aces the test to become basically like the best soldiers in the Empire. Is this an empire? Yes. And she goes off to this academy where the highest tested people go to basically train to become soldiers. Rin is dark-skinned and a peasant, and this allows for a lot of harassment and bullying to come her way, and people just to believe that she cannot be the soldier that she has tested to be. I know this has to do with Chinese history, and I've heard that there's a lot of trigger warnings for this book surrounding like rape and war, so I know I definitely want to read those before I go into this, but I also heard nothing but amazing things about this series, and so I'm super excited to pick it up. I did want the hardcover, but Barnes & Noble's only had the floppy paperback, which I also really enjoy, so I've really warmed up to it. Next, I have Fat Chance Charlie Vega by Crystal Maldonado. This book follows our main character Charlie Vega as she is a fat girl and her mother has tried everything to get her to lose weight. Society's pushing her to lose weight and she is just trying to become happy and feel confident in her own skin. Charlie has a best friend named Amelia who is skinny, and a boy that they both like asks Amelia out first, and once he's turned down, he then asks Charlie. So Charlie is now a second choice, and Charlie has to decide what she wants to do, if she wants to be that second choice or if she wants to stand up for herself and believe in the person that she is. I rarely ever get to see fat main characters, so this was really exciting for me. Also another absolutely stunning cover, and I'm just super excited about this one. Our last two are some big boys. Next we have Kingsbane by Claire Legrand. This is the second book in the Imperium trilogy. The first book is Furyborn. Furyborn follows two dual timelines. Furyborn follows two timelines where we have Riel and Eliana. Riel is the older timeline, and Riel is prophesied to either be the Sun Queen or the Blood Queen. The Blood Queen brings death and terrible things. The Sun Queen brings love and light and basically is the savior to the kingdom. And Riel, through a series of trials, has to figure out which one she is. And we also follow Eliana, who is in the newer, more current timeline, as she is a spy for the rebels and wants to basically figure out what is going on in the kingdom. And she loses her brother and her mother, and so she has to go on this quest to find out what has happened to them. I absolutely adored the first book, and I have been putting off forever reading the second one, but I'm so excited to be holding it in my hands now and just getting back into this world of Riel and Eliana. And finally, we have A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is the one book that I have already read from this haul. This follows Feyre and Cassian's story as we have finished the war from Akawar, and we are now moving on into their, I can't say much about it, but this is a story of healing and healing from trauma and just coming out on the other side. And there is a lot of mentions of depression and thoughts of suicide and things like that in this book, as well as attempted rape and rape in this book as well. So definitely be on the lookout for those things if you do want to go into this book. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if I seem a little bit off. I haven't filmed a video in a while, and like I said, I am struggling with depression right now, so I'm just doing my best. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.